Hello guys, trust you all are doing all correct. Today we want to see how to come up with this spicy food flyer design on our Pixellab application. Our hug for today goes out to Soft Block Official, who says he's enjoying our tutorials. Please kindly let us know where you are watching from so that we can send you a hug also in our next tutorial. So guys, before we begin our design, I would love us to delete this initial one, alright, this one that I already designed, so that I start everything from scratch and you follow along. But please, if you are joining us for the first time, if you are coming across our channel for the very first time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on awesome design tips and other interesting tutorials. We drop tutorials here every 48 hours, alright. So let's do everything at fresh. I'm going to begin with my initial background, okay, no troubles at all. So in order to begin, I would love to delete this text, this initial text. I'm going to delete it when I start preparing my background. Upon deleting the text, proceed to your background setting, which is this layer. Click on it. All you need to do is to click on it, then you click on color, click on background color to give your background a color. For the purpose of this design, I want us to use a black color for our background. So I'm going to choose a black color to make the background completely black. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go next here to this middle button. Just to this middle button, I'm going to click on import. Click import, and I'm going to bring in the first element for this design. So I have this splash brush here with me that I'm going to use for the design. All I'm going to do is to increase it in size to bring it to focus. Then you go to relative position, you come to your relative position, okay, click on relative position, and as you click on relative position, I would love you to click on this middle alignment, okay, it should be aligned to the middle. Also click on this to make everything stand on the middle of our interface. Next, I would love you to proceed to color. On color, enable your color, but then I want us to give it a white color. Okay, we should maintain a white color. Then you can proceed to your layer option here, and you lock this up. Just click on this small lock icon and it will lock it up. Why are we locking it up? So that it doesn't interrupt when we're bringing in other elements. So as you lock it up, I'll allow you to go to shapes, click on shapes, then you choose this square shape, make it to cover the entire design space just this way. But then I want you to go down and give it a black color. So we're giving it a black color. Once you are done giving it a black color, proceed to click on this check mark. Click on the check mark, then you go to opacity. Okay, come to opacity. So we want to work with the opacity of that shape, of that black shape that we are just from adding. Now I want you to reduce the opacity a little bit, okay, just a little bit. I think 90 is okay. Click on the check mark to continue. Please, as you follow the tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome design tips. So we're going to go to layer again. Okay, go to layer. Since this black shape is covering our entire design space, it's but necessary that we should go and lock it up. So I'm going to go to my layer here and lock it up using this lock icon. I'm also going to lock it up. Now we can work with the background with ease and without interrupting or causing harm to other elements. But then this design is for super delicious food, so I'm just going to bring in the food element. Okay, I'm going to click on this import button to bring in the food element. And I must say here that guys, please check on the description of this video. You will get access to all of these resources that I'm using for this design. So I'm going to leave the link in the description for you guys to get the resources. Okay, so I have this here with me now. I'm just going to bring it down a little, okay, and place it somewhere here. Then I go to layer, but before going to layer to lock it up, I would love us to go to relative position, and on relative position you click on this, alright, only this one, to align it to the middle of your page or of your design. Okay, then you can go to layer and lock it up. Great. Now we still have some other elements, so I'm going to go to my import. I'm going to bring in this other line element for the design. As you can see, I have it here. But as I bring it, look at how I'm going to arrange it. Hold it and compress it a little this way, okay. Then you can increase the size. Go to size, go to relative size, and let's increase the size. Increasing the size, let's increase the size to about 50. Okay, that is fine. You click on the check mark and you rotate it this way. Just rotate it this way. Okay, let's rotate it a little more. Then you can place it here. Now come to copy. I want you to copy that element. Copy it, then rotate it. As you copy it, just rotate. Okay, if this rotation is disturbing you, you can come to image editing options down here and you can find rotation. The rotation option is here, so I'm going to click on it and try to rotate it to suit my taste. I'm going to rotate it carefully. Okay, so just rotate it nicely and place it. Okay, so we're going to place this here nicely. Good, I think this is fine. So we are going to go to layer as usual. Tap on your layer button here to lock everything up. So we're locking everything up. Good. Now what is the essence of a flyer without text, without typography? It actually makes no sense. The design won't sell out. The purpose for it will be left in the dark, so there will be a lot of doubts. That is just exactly why we want to go right away now and bring in our typography element. And the first thing I'm going to do is to click on this A, of which in Pixellab this A stands for your text. So once you click on A, I'll allow you to click on text. Okay, click on text, then double tap, delete this initial text and write. The first thing we want to write is super. Okay, super delicious. So this is a super delicious food. So first of all, I want you to just write super delicious. Okay, the first thing. Then you go to color, and I want us to give it a color that is related to food. You know, there are some brand colors for food. Okay, you always have to use things like yellow or orange and red. They are colors that are associated with food because they trigger a lot of appetite when used properly. So that is the reason why we want to make use of this yellow or somewhat yellow color here. Okay, so I'm going to click on it to give it this color. Click on the check mark to continue. Once you are done with that, so I'm going to click on this check mark to proceed. Alright, wait, now I want you to go to font. Alright, so guys, pay attention here with the fonts that I'm using. All of my fonts, you can always get them freely on the font. So I'm going to use a script font here. Let me be trying the script font. What about Kabila? It did not work that way, so we can try another font. Let's go. Lobster. Lobster did not work the way I want it, but I think we can try Basi. Perfect. So Basi gave us that effect that we wanted. So this is the Basi font. Please download it on thefont.com. Thefont.com is a free font website. Go browse out for the Basi font if you want to replicate exactly what I'm doing here. So after choosing the Basi font, I'm going to click OK. Then I have it this way. Kindly go back to your relative position to make sure that everything is plumb to the middle of our page, because alignment is one of the very important principles in graphic designing. I'm going to click here to align this. Okay, perfect. Once you have that, just click on the check mark to proceed. Alright, great. So what next? Super delicious word. So we need to bring in another typography. This time around, I'm going to click on the text. Okay, click down here on text to add a new text. Double tap, delete the old text and put your new text, of which we are going to put food. So it's delicious food. But in order to balance it up and to respect the principle of hierarchy, I'm going to make this food a little bit bigger. But before I do that, let me go and change the font into something better. So I'm clicking on font. I go to my font. Okay, still these fonts that I want to use, you can get it on the font. So Babab also did not work well. Let's try something different. What about the Gate script? It worked, but it looks more script. I don't like that. So we can try Romeo. Okay, I think the Romeo font can do that effect for us, but then we need to increase the size now to see how it looks. So carefully increase the size, okay, to about 160. Then you click on the check mark, and now guys, come to your relative position. On relative position, just click on your relative position, tap on the middle, this one. Okay, we're actually using but this one. So tap on it to plumb it on the middle. Then go to your spacing. Okay, go to spacing. Take note, it's spacing that I'm using, not line spacing. Okay, I'm using spacing. So click on spacing and increase the spacing a little bit, just about 10. Then you still need to go back to your relative position and tag everything to the middle of your design interval or interface. So I'm going to click here, and as usual I will click here also. Good. So I have this. I'm going to click now on the check mark to proceed. So just click on the check mark here and you are good to go. So we have super delicious food. All right, now we need to bring in another write-up that will make the design sell out. All right, but before we bring that write-up, let's bring in some beautiful food illustrations. So I'm going to click on my import. Take note, all the resources, the link to get all the resources are in the description. Please kindly check it out and work on it. So I have this food illustration. I'm going to leave the link to get these resources on the description of this video. So I'm reducing the size. I'm going to reduce the size properly. I use relative position to tag it here, then copy it. Now in order to maintain some harmony, go to your color and give this the same blue color that we use. So I'm going to give it this same color in order to make everything harmonious. So I'm giving it this same color. Okay, take note. So I click on my check mark and I'm going to use position to bring it closer to the right up so that everything actually makes sense. But then you can push it down a little. Then you rotate it. Go to rotation and you rotate it completely. Alright, it should be facing this other way. Rotate it to minus 180 degrees. Once you have that, click on your check mark to proceed. So I'm clicking on my check mark to proceed. Great. Now it's also important to mention how customers can get access to this super delicious food, and that is why we are going to bring in now a call to action button that can make the design communicate the purpose of its creation. So I'm going to proceed to shapes. Click on shapes. As you click on shape, I want to increase the radius to about 20, then reduce the shape this way, minimize it, okay, good, so that we have something like this. Then go to color, enable the color and make it yellow. Okay, good. Use a relative position to tack it to the middle. Use position to push it up a little. Then we're going to write. So click on this on your text, double tap to write, tap to write order now. Order now. Put it all in capital letters. Then go to your font, and as you go to font, I would love you to use the Montserrat font here. Alright, so our body text, I want it all to appear in the Montserrat font family, and for the purpose of that I'm going to use Montserrat semi-bold. You can also download the Montserrat font freely on thefonts.com or 1001freefont.com. So I'm going to bring this one down here, but then I'm going to reduce the size. But before I reduce the size, let me give it a black color, okay, in order to maintain some principle of harmony in design. I'm going to place this element, this dark right up on this yellow shape. Okay, so you can reduce the size further. Alright, then use relative position to tack it also to the middle. Use your position to make sure that it fits well into the shape. And I'm not satisfied with the radius of that shape, so I'm going to click back on the shapes, and as I click on the shape, I'm going to click on this middle sorry guys, I'm going to click on this middle button to come on shape editing options. So I'm going to click on edit, but then I'm going to increase the radius again to about 25. Okay, good. I think this is perfect now. Use a relative position to make sure that it's in the middle. So I have this. Now I'm still going to bring in another awesome element. Okay, so click on import, and I'm going to bring in this other element that I have with me here. Alright, so I have this element. Still, I'm going to leave the link to getting these resources on the description of this tutorial. Please kindly check it out and work out something for yourself. So on color, I'm going to give it a red color. I'm going to maintain it red, but then click on this plus button to reduce the intensity of that red. So I'm going to reduce it a little bit. Okay, it should not be too bright. Great. So I have something like this, and I'm going to reduce the size considerably and place it here. Okay, click on the check mark to proceed. Then go to stroke. I would love you to click on stroke. Okay, click on stroke, enable your stroke, and the stroke width is just okay. 2 is enough. So all you need to do now is to click on your check mark to proceed. So I have this. Good. Now copy this text. Copy this text. Double tap to write the price. So the price is actually $15 for this super delicious food. So I'm going to use a price tag of $15. But then go to color and make it white. Then you can use your position to bring it to this shape. So we're going to place it on top of this shape. Okay, alright guys, so we're going to increase the size. Since it's an important information, we have to bring in that principle of hierarchy. Okay, I think 40 is good. And use our position to make sure that everything is plumped up. Alright, good. So we have this $15. Now order now, how can they get people place their orders. So this is where we're going to bring in the contact details, or what I usually call the call to action buttons. So first things first, I want to bring in the call button. So I have the call icon with me here. I'm going to go to my album and select this call icon. All right, so as we bring it, I would love you to give it the same yellow color. Okay, then reduce the size considerably to about 4. Use your position to bring it down this way. Sorry about that, guys. So we're going to bring it down here. Then I'm going to go to my text, double tap, delete the old text, and I'm going to put in the contact number. Okay, so here the clients will always give you their contact details, but then I'm going to put any visual number, virtual number here. Don't try it out because this is just for the purpose of this tutorial. Great. Now I'm going to go to my font, and this time around I want to use, still I said all our body text will go with Montserrat, so I'm going to try Montserrat medium. Download Montserrat fonts on thefonts.com or 1001freefonts.com. So I have this. I'm going to reduce the size further. I think just to about 25 is fine. Then you bring it closer. Okay, good. Now we are not done yet. We still have other call to action buttons. All right, so the next thing is the home icon here. I'm going to leave the link to get these resources in the description. Please don't forget to check them out in the video description, and as you watch, subscribe to the channel for more important design tips. So I'm going to make this color to be yellow as well, but then I'm going to reduce the size considerably. Okay, then carefully bring it down this way and make sure that it plumps up with the first one. Okay, they should be on the same margin or on the same line per se. Okay, so copy this text. In order to maintain harmony, double tap to write open every. So this delicious food joint is open every 24 hours. Open every 24 hours. Okay, this is just a way to make the customers to this food joint to know that their food is secured because the place is open 24 hours 7. Okay, so let's just put 24 hours 7, 24 hours stroke 7. Okay, good. Now it's also important to bring these food brands. All right, before I bring in this other element, I want to explain something here, guys. So these food brands, they always have their website where people can place their orders. So it's always necessary to bring in or to include their websites in your design. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the website, the web icon. I have it here in my file. I'm going to bring it into the design. Okay, good. So I have it here, and guys, so I'm going to show you a simple technique of removing the background. So just click on this. Since this image is with the background, I'm going to click on erase color. Enable your erase color. Then you can increase the tolerance completely or just to about 44. Click on the check mark, then go to color, enable it, and give it the same yellow color. Can you see that the background is gone? Awesome, that is fine. So we're going to reduce the size of this also to plump up, in order that everything plumps up to about 4. And use your position still, control 8 using your position. Carefully bring it and make sure that everything plumps up here. Okay, good. So I'm actually using eye gauge to plumb all of this, but later I'm going to use my grid element here to check if everything is well in place. So I'm going to copy this, double tap to write your website. Okay, so the company should be able, or the food brand should be able to give you their website. So I'm going to write your website.com. Once the client provides you with these website details, you can include them in the design. So we're just doing this for the purpose of this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share the video to your friends so that they can also learn one or two things that you are learning right now. Thank you so much as you do so. So I'm going to place this here. Cool. Now it's time for me to use my grid element. I'm going to turn on my grid to check if everything is aligned. Ooh, this is cool, bro. So I'm going to see if the elements down here are okay. That's where I'm very much interested. I'm going to bring this grid line to check. Okay, so you see that there are some few alignment issues. All right, so I'm going to quickly adjust that. First of all, I'm going to click on this website icon and make it increase the size a little. All right, then use your position to make sure that it plumbs well. Everything must plumb up. It's very necessary. Okay, good. So with these guys, you can now save your work and you are ready to cash out. So don't forget, as you are done designing, always click here to save your work. You can save your work as a project. Once you save your work as a project, you will be able to do some editing when you present it to the customer or to the client if he or she suggests or make some suggestions about the designs. Then you can also save your work as an image. If you don't want it to save it as a project file, you can save it directly as an image, as PNG and Ultra for awesome quality. So we're going to save our design, and boom, it's saved to our gallery. So guys, thank you so much for staying along and for watching our tutorial today. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much. God bless you.